Hi folks, it's Glenn again. This is number one practice quiz. This is the first law of thermodynamics. It says that you can't create or destroy energy in this universe. You can just change the form of that energy. It could be heat or it could be work. Here is the equation for that. Internal energy, also known as U or E, is equal to Q plus W. Now in chemistry, when the Q is positive, that means that the heat is being absorbed by your system. Let's give you a little example here. So you have a balloon. Let's say for whatever reason, maybe there's a chemical reaction going on inside the balloon, but when you touch that, it's cold. That means heat is getting absorbed from your hand into the balloon. Probably, in such a case, heat is getting absorbed from the air also into the balloon. That means that the Q is going to be positive, or greater than 0. What if your balloon is warm and you could feel the heat? For some reason, there's a chemical reaction going on inside the balloon, or something happening inside the balloon that's giving off heat. Then the heat will be negative because your system is losing heat. What about work? If you inflate your balloon so that it is pushing, let's say the balloon is pushing against the air like this, these straight arrows, that means it's actually moving air out of the way. It's doing work on the air outside. So if your system is the balloon and the surroundings is the air, then your system is doing negative work, meaning work is leaving your system. It's doing work on the surroundings. And so in chemistry, we consider that to be negative. If your balloon is deflating, not necessarily because air is leaving, although, I mean, that's a possibility, but for whatever reason, let's say, for example, you blew up your you blew up your balloon in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. And now as you come down from the mountain to sea level, the air pressure rises. Your balloon is going to be shrunken because the higher air pressure of sea level is going to do work on the balloon. It's going to push the balloon to a smaller, less inflated state. That means your work is positive, meaning work is being done on the balloon. The balloon is getting work from the outside. So that's the meaning of the signs of Q and W for internal energy. Those of you who have recently taken a physics class, this could get confusing because in physics, the internal energy is considered Q minus W. So the definition of work is the exact opposite as it is in chemistry. But if you have not taken a physics class recently, then it is not confusing. It is just as you see here. And as you see in your textbook, because that is a chemistry textbook. Now, that's it for number one. I'm going to do number two in this same video just because it's very similar. We're still using the first law of thermodynamics, and we've got to calculate this E with the heat is given off. That means it's negative as 1245.0 kilojoules, and then the work is being done on the surroundings. This system is performing this much work on the surroundings. So that's going to be negative because work is being lost by us. We're doing work on somebody else. But you see this is in kilojoules, whereas the work is in joules. Can't add or subtract those. They have to be both in kilojoules. So I'll just convert this into kilojoules right quick. And the answer here is going to be this, except for one thing. Significant figures. This is an addition and subtraction problem, so you do not count the significant figures. You just look at the roughest measurement. This one is to the 10th place. This one is to the 1000th place. So this one is the roughest measurement. The 1000th place is much more precise. So you look at the roughest measurement and you make sure that your answer has the same level of precision as the roughest measurement. Meaning if this is in the tenths place, the answer is also in the tenths place. So we need to take these off. The correct answer is this, negative 1,254.1 kilojoules. Okay? That was number 2. It will be a separate video from number 3 because it takes some explaining to do.